Alright. Airspeed's coming alive. Gauges check.
Nice and easy. Don't force it off the ground, let it fly off. There you go. Keep that nose down. There's that airspeed.
Civil traffic 308, Delta Charlie, clear all runway. With your traffic, now start 946 uniform Sierra, left base, runway 23 Cecile.
What airspeed we pitching for?
68.
Yep, 68.
With your traffic, down start 946 uniform Sierra, final runway 23 Cecile.
Take a slight right turn for me, please. Avoid those big old tall towers.
Alright. Since we're approaching 15 miles out.
Yep, let's start pre-planning this sucker, right?
Civil traffic 308, Delta Charlie, turning left, crosswind, runway
Where
23
on the Garmin 430 here could I find the frequencies for the place that we're going?
Somewhere on here.
Yep.
Nav? No, it's probably
Definitely not going to be nav.
Okay.
Two Rivers traffic, total 40.
Scroll to the next chapter.
Waypoint?
Yeah, this seems like something that's probably reasonable, right? That gives us waypoint information. Look at that. Runway 1028, 4,400 feet by 75 feet. Okay. That's going to make super loud. Earth service 122.8. Scroll over one more. Don't get slow. Yeah, there's their frequencies there.
Okay. So
48 into the left downwind for runway 9, Three Rivers.
119.
Sky Bronco 33, turning crosswind, runway 28, Marshall. Traffic Cherokee 6919 Whiskey, on final, runway 2. Clear, below.
Go ahead and pump it just a little bit more power
Charlie
here.
down to Knox County, Stark County.
There you go.
Alright. Can I do the switch?
Sure.
Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 2057 Zulu weather wind 330 at 5 visibility 10 clear below 12,000 temperature 18 Celsius dew point 11 altimeter 3008.
Mess with your power a little bit. All right. Yeah, I think you need to go home and order one of those knee boards. That's going to be a big helpful thing when the action fits this airplane. For those who are wondering what...
I don't know if
I'm talking about it. It's really fun to me. What knee board to order for the DA-20. Out of 450 hours of experience in this airplane, I can tell you so far the battle board mini knee board works the best. It's like $60 to go to battle board. They have a bunch of different colors. Get the little clips with them to keep papers in. Super simplistic, kind of folds around your leg really nicely, doesn't get in the way of controls. Not big. Perfect. The small notebook. Gotta be rocking for you.
Charlie.
Way to advertise. Alright, I'm gonna do a radio call.
Yep, go for it.
36.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, 9 miles south of the field. Landing inbound.
Not sure about that one.
That was bad.
No, yeah, right. I mean, that's what we're gonna do. Let's just say that we're inbound from runway 28.
Runway 28.
How about we tell them what our intentions are there?
That's a great idea.
Yeah. We'll just leave that radio call go for a second. It's all right. And once we get closer to that 5 mile call, we can maybe say which runway we're gonna go for. Cool. Nice job. That was awesome. Landing inbound. Yeah.
Inbound landing. I should say.
Dude, it's funny, when you get on the radios, like you know what you're going to say, you're going to go for it, you get on the radios and everything just dumps from your mind. It's like, oh crap, I don't know what I was going to say.
It's true.
I do that when I'm flying like airplanes I'm not used to. I'll mix up the call sign on like every radio call.
Hello, traffic,
Yep.
still remains around about 10 miles southwest of fuel. You'll be able to find the fuel at 2,500.
Kendalville traffic, down 476, up Charlie, 2 miles to the south, inbound, left downwind, runway 28, Kendalville.
That guy say he was entering the left downwind?
I think he's inbound for left downwind too. In fact, I have him in sight. Wow, that's awesome.
I do not.
He's lower than us, and this says 600 feet lower than us. He's just down from the horizon. I can tell he's on his way to Kendalville too. I don't know. I just happened to see him. It's hard to describe that. That brings up a good point. What's the best way to scan for traffic in an airplane? Yeah. 10 degrees second segments.
Jet 555 Papa Julie going to be
Give it
overhead.
at least a second per segment there. So your brain has time to actually interpret what's going on. Woo.
Southwest of the field, 5,500 feet spiraling down to 2,000 now rebuilt.
You have the field in sight?
Yeah, we have the field.
Good. Let's make a radio call here.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, inbound for runway 28, Kendalville.
Off of runway 23, close traffic.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie is 4 miles to the south, inbound 28 Kendalville.
Double traffic, sure, you still want to about.
Okay, so you see the runway here. Which side is runway 28 on?
Kendalville,
the right side. So we need to come,
left base, runway 28, Kendalville.
we're not yet, don't turn yet, but we're going to come in and aim for the midpoint of the field at a 45-degree angle. So let's start a gentle descent here. I don't want to go too low so we have our minimum clearance above the city. But we can just kind of start getting ready for that pattern. We also should have done that descent checklist. Right, so let's go ahead and get that done real quick.
To the north,
Light instruments set, avionics, engine light on, fuel pump on, mixture, throttle and engine gauge.
Okay, let's go ahead and pull some power out and start our descent here.
What are we got traffic?
I have that traffic in sight. He's final for 28 right now. We can start kind of making a nice gentle turn in while we're descending.
Where's that flame wall traffic?
What I would do also is announce your 45-degree entry for left downwind 28.
Right now?
Yep.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, entering left downwind for 28 Kendalville.
There you go. What altitude do we say that pattern altitude was here?
1,000.
1,000 feet above the ground.
Traffic.
Field traffic, 308 Delta Charlie.
And the ground is
runway 23,
almost exactly 1,000 feet MSL, so that means it's 2,000 total. Okay, we're beam our landing spots. What are we doing now?
Pumps.
Okay.
Mixture rich, fuel pump on, safety and
Cool. What else do we need to do? What else?
below 100 knots, set flaps to take off.
Pull the power first.
Or 1,500.
I would go like 1,300 today.
On 1,300, below 100, set flaps to take off.
Okay, we need to be pitching down, descending it. What airspeed?
Pitching
So
for,
what altitude are
pitching
you
for
at?
80.
Okay, so let's really get going here, or else we're not going to be descending. Keep descending. Push down.
Alright.
They're good. I'm trying to kind of push you along here because things need to happen just a little bit faster. But you're doing alright. Doing good.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, left base for 28 Kendalville.
6 miles straight in final, 28 Hillsdale.
Okay, keep pitching down.
Traffic,
I need you to be
308 Delta
descending.
Charlie, turning left base, runway
That's
23
70.
Central.
Okay, this right here, take a look at this. That's really far out. We're almost 2 miles from the center of that airport. Okay, we have traffic departing opposite direction runway. Go ahead and make a left 360
Kendalville
for me.
traffic, 4760 Charlie, left cross, runway 28, Kendalville.
Kendalville traffic, I'm 290 Delta Charlie, doing a left 360 on base for 28 Kendalville.
Traffic, Howard 15 Papa is 9 miles to the north, 9 miles northeast, descending out of 42, landing.
We're getting too slow, too high. Make this full stop.
Kendalville traffic, I'm 4760 Charlie, left base, runway 28, Kendalville.
Go ahead and stop here. Nice job. The pattern happens fast, okay? What I was trying to encourage you to do is get things done to be ahead of the airplane, okay? So like the gumps needs to be done right before a beam, and upbeam your landing spot, right next to your landing spot. That power needs to come back, and that descent needs to start, and the flaps need to come in pretty much all right away, okay?
Right.
So I'm just trying to encourage you to get things done just a little bit faster. Not necessarily get in a rush, but just be pretty expedient about things, okay? I was in the moment of teaching, and I didn't hear that he was going to take off the opposite runway. Yoo-hoo! So that's why we had to do that right 360, or left 360, which is awesome. Love that. And then your approach into the airport was absolutely awesome. The whole final approach was so smooth. Yeah, there was really good control of movements, a little bit of a right crosswind. I saw you deviating just a tad bit to the left, but that's being super picky. So that was an awesome final approach to the airport. It was just really far out. And as soon as we came down into the actual landing itself, that's where stuff started freaking out.
Again.
Okay. You were trying to flare way too high. You need to bring it real close to the ground, down to ground effect. Like when that airplane is right down in here, just let the airspeed bleed off, and as the airspeed starts to fall back, the airplane loses its energy. That's just when we pull the nose up. That's going to make it lose more energy, right? Because we're trying to get more out of it than it doesn't have.
Right.
And that's going to bring the nose up and bring the mains down.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want me to do a landing and show you what that sight picture looks like, I can. Or if you just want to keep trying that yourself, we can do that. I'm going to leave that up to you.
You can do one, and then I can feel it.
Okay. So I'm going to have you do the entire pattern, and I'll just take it on final, okay?
Okay. Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, taking off 28, staying in the pattern, Kendalville.
Clear right, clear left.
Here to go.
Bring the power back, power back. Don't just use the brakes. Yep, there you go. Go straight out. And then turn, yeah. Cool. Okay. Quick configuration check. Extra edge fuel pump on.
Hello.
Alright. Airspeed's alive, engine check.
Nice and easy on that rudder. Come to the right just a little bit. There you go. Good correction there. Great takeoff.
15468.
Cool. One thing we also have to think about on the takeoff is the wind, right? Where's the wind pushing us? Yeah. From the right, so we need a little bit of aileron to the right. There you go. The goal on this takeoff is to maintain that extended runway center line until we're ready to turn.
And Howard 15 Papa is turning back out to the north, and I'll re-enter for 123, 15 Papa.
And we're ready to turn either at the...
Pacific traffic, 208 Delta Charlie, simulated emergency failure, runway 23.
either at the end of the runway or 400 feet above.
We need to climb up to 2,000 anyways.
When do we put our flaps up and when do we turn? Yep, 400 feet above. And then when do we turn into that crosswind?
400 feet above.
When do we turn crosswind? Within 300 feet of the pattern altitude per the aim.
Oh, when, okay.
So that means now. There you go. Yep, fly the airplane first. Checklist is a secondary item.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, left crosswind for 28 Kendalville.
The best thing I've heard about the whole aviate, navigate, communicate, aside from that term, is do the things that are going to save your life first. Which mostly relates to an emergency situation, but it can also be for normal flying, right?
Fair enough.
Cool. Now we have a second. If you want to start running the checklist, you can. If you want to turn downwind, you can. Whatever you deem is more necessary.
Traffic, 8 Delta Charlie, final.
The checklist? Or?
The climb checklist is what needs to be ran.
Oh, I thought I already did that.
Oh, did you? You already got it done? Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Sorry.
Whiskey is on a track that's GPS 2. We'll miss at 500 feet.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, left downwind for 28 Kendalville.
On there.
Mixture rich, fuel pump on, lights on, and then let's buckle. And I have traffic inside.
Okay, there's also traffic over here on another final traffic. I think he's going around. He was on an approach. Should be no factor.
Reduced to 1500. Low 100, set flaps takeoff. Pitch for 80.
Yep, pitch down. Remember, we still have the winds affecting us. We're getting blown a little bit to the right. And this is part of the issue with being so far out, right? Because we just descended a bunch, and that doesn't put us nicely on final. So.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, final for 28 Kendalville.
All right.
Field traffic, hard 15 is entering a downwind for a full stop, 23.
All right, so I see that I'm a little bit above glide slope. I have the power setting pulled back just a little bit, letting the airplane naturally sink. When I see that red and white, I'm gonna just put some power in because I'm powering for my altitude. Right, pitching for the airspeed. If I'm fast, I'm going to pull the nose back. If I'm slow, like I'm getting there now, pushing the nose down. Just bringing this airplane nice and steady. You can see that I'm making some control movements here, kind of fast. Yeah. Anytime that airplane does something that I don't want, I bring it back into a neutral position. Okay, just watching. Now transitioning those eyes down towards about 3/4 of the way down the runway or towards the end. Look how low we are right now. Take a look at the runway ahead of us.
Yeah.
Take a look at the runway out in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay. As it starts to settle down, just bringing those wheels nice and down like that. Look at that. See what that looks like? Okay, flaps coming up. We'll do take off here. As we put in the power, we're putting in the right rudder. Good. Engine airspeed's alive. Starting to take off. Tiny bit of right aileron. Just a very slight pressure here. Pitching for that 68. Awesome. Grid ready to climb. See how just nice and gentle that was? I didn't have to force anything. My hands weren't locked on the controls. The more that you relax your body and just watch certain cues to happen, the more relaxed our landing can be.
Entering the downwind for runway 28.
Keep the nose coming down. Don't pull too much power out. Okay, now pull the power out. keep it coming down. Start to flare. Look at that.
That was better.
That was much better. We'll make this a full stop. Ooh, nice. Easy, 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 easy. Oh my word. We need to work on that.
At least the landing was better.
Maybe we'll just do some high-speed runs to get you better on the rudders.
Kendalville traffic, demo 476 up Charlie on final, runway 28, Kendalville.
Hey, good job.
Kendalville traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, clear of all runways, Kendalville.
Okay. What'd you think? How'd we do?
Final was a little bumpy, but corrected.
Okay.
Landing was one of the better ones I've ever had.
Yeah.
Besides from the fishtailing.
Yeah, so what I would recommend with that is if it starts to fishtail back and forth, the best thing you can do is kind of let go for a second, let the airplane naturally go a direction.
Okay.
And then just smoothly put in some correction rudder, right? So that immediately takes out the fishtail. Even though you might be headed off to the side of the runway, obviously we need to catch it before it does. But then you can naturally and smoothly put some correction rudder in there to get back on center line. So that way it's not like you're doing this and the airplane's doing this, about to strike a wing or something, right? So, yeah, so taking off, I did that portion. So just make sure we're hitting our specific altitude moments, right? So that 1,700 feet, we need to start that turn. You get a little distracted. We climbed up to about 2,200 feet. So let's be careful of that. And then you settle back into about 1,900 feet. So we got to find that happy medium. I think what needs to happen is you just need to be scanning things just a little bit quicker, okay? So we're just a tad bit behind the airplane, which is okay. It's expected at this point, right? But that's what going home and mentally flying through this, right? Chair flying this is going to do for you. It's going to help speed up that process for you.
Right on.
Coming in on final, still getting a little bit blown to the left. Okay, I need that wind correction coming in on final to be a little bit more, right? So if we have that right crosswind, what is that going to mean in our wind correction?
Right crosswinds, we're gonna do aileron to the right.
Okay.
And then rudder towards the left.
Very good. There you go. Coming in, much better job at short final and bringing it into the transition to the flare. I thought your sight picture was way better this time. So, and then you already called yourself out on the whole rudder thing, so I'm not going to say anything too much about that.
That was an obvious.
And maybe it'll help if you look down the runway when that happens, right? So look down and just try to point the nose where you're going to go. So.
Fair enough.
Cool?
Cool.
Questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbreaks?
Yeah.
Okay, your flight controls here. We're going to do one more pattern here. It's going to be touch and go, and then we're going to return to Smithfield.
Okay.